Good evening and welcome to Hampden Park, where over the next half an hour or so we will bring you all the best of the fifth round of the Women's Scottish Cup. And I'm delighted to be joined by none other than Scotland's record cap holder, Gemma, who has lifted this trophy in your career.
I have.
What memories do you have of that particular year?
Well, the fondest one was it was at McDermott Park, and as we know, that is the best football ground in the entire world.
Yeah, actually, we can agree on that.
Yeah, we can. We can.
Not many people will.
No, and it was against Celtic actually, and Celtic were the new kids on the block, and we went to extra time, and it was quite a sweet victory.
I can imagine it was. Right, let's get to this current year's, and we'll start with our first feature match. Barbour Thistle had a good victory in the previous round, but they will find things perhaps a little bit more tricky as they took on the holders Celtic. Talking you through this one, our commentator is Amy Canavan.
Celtic's defence of the Scottish Cup couldn't have gotten off to a better start in the fourth round with a resounding rout against Falkirk. Fran Alonso's side put 9 by without reply to set up this fifth round tie at Meadowbank against Barbour Thistle. The Edinburgh side themselves done the demolition job, defeating Edinburgh Caledonia 11-1. Will be the hosts to get us underway in the capital. They'll be aiming to keep Celtic at bay for as long as possible. Hoops have scored 33 goals in all competitions since the turn of the year. In rather relentless fashion. Enjoying possession in these early stages, as you'd expect. Caitlin Hayes spots the run of Tegan Bowie, and Tegan Bowie is through the legs of Lisa Rogers. A nightmare start for Barbour Thistle. Celtic breaking the deadlock inside the opening minutes of action. It's a fantastic touch from Bowie. Hannah Kerner dancing her way through. Amy Gallagher latches on and hits the deck, and it's a penalty for Celtic. Already they have the opportunity to double their advantage. Amy Gallagher clipped on her way through with Chloe Craig, and it's 2-0 to Celtic early doors. Inside the opening 20 minutes they have a firm grip on this fifth round tie. Craig sends Lisa Rogers the wrong way. Lisa Robertson has time to weigh up her options. Balls to Maria McInerney, just dragging her shot wide. It's just rinse and repeat from Celtic right now. Not giving their hosts a minute piece. It's worked out to Tegan Bowie. Maria McInerney makes no mistake this time around. And it's 3-0 to Celtic, comfortable and cruising. Maria McInerney from close range. Tegan Bowie turning provider. Celtic are the top goal scorers in the top flight. Amy Gallagher has notched up a fair few recently, and Lisa Rogers, good goalkeeping, comes out sprawling. Reads the danger well, acts promptly. Craig advancing forward, so too is Hayes. Not an unfamiliar sight. McInerney gets it back. Eventually gets through to Gallagher, and again McInerney comes close. Lovely back heel from Amy Gallagher. Terrific play from Celtic. Crucial intervention. Thistle have certainly managed to frustrate Celtic a little bit more in the second half. Comes back to McInerney though, and Chloe Craig Nods in from close range. That's number 4. And Chloe Craig's second of the afternoon. It's just oh so easy for the holders right now. A delightful ball from Maria McInerney here. Plumped on the head of Chloe Craig. She's never missing from there. A rather professional performance from the top flight side. Anyway, works her way down to the goal line. Gets that across and it's off the post. On close range, Flint's effort. Bouncing back into a thankful Lisa Rogers. And it's through to Liv Ferguson. There's a Barbour Thistle hands up in the air. But the goal will stand and it's 5 for Celtic, a fantastic 5. Ferguson latching onto a lovely threaded through ball. Celtic will most definitely be in the quarter-final hat come Monday. And they're through with ease here. Tegan Bowie in the opening minutes, followed by a Chloe Craig brace with Maria McInerney and Liv Ferguson chipping in 2. Tenzin, Meadowbank, Barbour Thistle 0, Celtic 5.
Well, it was a really professional performance from Celtic there. And I mean, the pressure is all on them as the holders, but that early goal really set the tone for the whole afternoon.
Yeah, it did. Fantastic ball through to Tegan Bowie, and she makes no mistake with that finish. And as you say, it was a pretty professional performance. I think Celtic probably had a couple more gears in them, but they dispatched Barbour Thistle quite professionally. I
know you like a goalkeeper performance, and Lisa Rogers in the Barbour goal, she pulled off a couple of really good saves and perhaps kept the scoreline down to what it was.
Yeah, it's difficult as a goalkeeper when you're playing against such a dominant side to maintain your kind of confidence and your focus on the match. But she did throughout, and as you say, both in the first half and in the second half, she pulled off a couple of really good saves that kept the score as 5-0.
Okay, right, let's head to our next match, and 2 sides from the SWPL 1 met at Petershill Park as last year's semi-finalists Partick Thistle took on Hearts. Talking you through this one, Andrew McLean.
Well, 2 of last season's semi-finalists facing off here. Partick Thistle were beaten in the last 4 by Glasgow City, while Hearts were put out by eventual winners Celtic. Both teams will be keen to see how far they can make it this time round. Partick Thistle beating Queen's Park 5-2 last time out to get here, while Hearts were 2-0 winners over Dundee United. Well, Hearts kicking off in this one, looking to apply some early pressure on Partick Thistle. Ball will just go back towards Georgia Hunter. Spreads it out wide. It's a good ball to Jenny Smith, trying to cause problems in these opening seconds. The ball across the face of goal is good. And a real chance in the opening stages for Hearts. A nice ball from Jenny Smith, but no one able to get on the end of it, but an early warning sign. Well, what can Hearts do here? It's flicked round the corner by Tim's Monica Forsyth. She's passed 1, passed 2. And it's just past the post as well from Monica Forsyth. A really good start from Hearts. It was nice football in the build-up, but Forsyth just unable to hit the back of the net. Flicked forwards towards Jenny Smith. The cross just evades everyone at the back post. It's kept in play. Handley. Kira Grant. Oh, it's a lovely 1-2. Grant can hit them from here. That one just tipped round the corner by Lauren Grant. And well, Kira Grant did well to create the space at the edge of the box. The 1-2 had an eye for goal, but that one just unable to get past the goalkeeper. What can Partick Thistle do? They've been second best in this game so far. They've just lost the ball to Hearts there, not once but twice in quick succession. And Forsyth looking to play that forward pass towards Gwen Davies. It's cut out by Docherty, but Davies actually gets there first. Can she get the ball into the box? There's Georgia Timms with the acrobatic effort. And Hearts take the lead in this game. They've been good value for it as well. And it was the persistence of Gwen Davies that created the chance. And Georgia Timms was arriving and did well to contort her body and direct that one into the back of the net. Hearts take the lead. Partick Thistle looking for a way back into this game. It won't happen with crosses like that. Charlotte Parker-Smith, what's she done there? Rolled the ball out, and I think, was that Lindsay Taylor that was just coming round her blind side? She didn't see her, the goalkeeper, rolled it into Taylor, who had the chance not once but twice to try and put that one away. And Charlotte Parker-Smith will breathe a sigh of relief that she was able to hold on to that. Ball comes out to Cara Henderson. It's a good cross towards Claire Docherty. Fantastic header from Claire Docherty. And Partick Thistle are level in this match. They haven't created too much, but that was clinical from Docherty in the centre of the box. Cara Henderson picking out Docherty in the middle of the box. Really good header. And it's all to play for now. What can Hearts do as they look to restore their lead? The corner goes to the edge of the box. That one's saved by Grant. Jenny Smith with a chance. That one's tipped onto the bar and headed wide. And well, Grant deputising in goal for Megan Cunningham, who's unable to play in this match because of her loan agreement. And a really good double save to deny Hearts. Sampson with time here to pick out the right pass. She goes towards Katie Rood. It's a brilliant ball down the channel. What can Katie Rood do here? She's into the box. Can she pick the cross? She goes for goal instead. And that is a wonderful effort by Katie Rood. She had no right to shoot from there. I'm not sure it could have gone any further into the top corner. She cut inside. There was only one thought in her mind, despite the angle. And Lauren Grant had absolutely no chance in the Partick Thistle goal. The Hearts probing, trying to really put this game to bed here. At the moment, it comes into... Well, it's flicked back and there's a goal. It's 3-1 to Hearts now. Kaylin Mickey it was at the edge of the box. And it was really nice passing in the build-up from the visitors. And that's surely game over now. A lovely passing move, and Kaylin Mickey with the finish. Katie Rood driving towards the box. She's clipped there by Rebecca McGowan, who will go into the book in the closing stages of this game. Kira Grant, well, she crossed this into the box. It's some distance out. I think she's going to go for goal. And what a way to round off the victory. Kira Grant. Well, I said earlier she can hit them from distance, and she really showed that there. That one floating into the top corner. And Hearts secure their place in the quarter-final. They couldn't do it in 90 minutes, but a convincing victory after extra time. Hearts make it into the last 8.
Well, this one went all the way, and Hearts will be absolutely delighted with how they dealt with extra time in particular.
Yeah, when extra time came through, they were quite dominant in that period of time. But I think we have to give a little bit of credit there to Partick Thistle. They've had a bit of an up and down season. Hearts have been flying of late. The performances have been really good. So to be able to take them to extra time, I think that's credit to Partick Thistle. in regulation time. 2 cracking goals, actually. A great cross by Davidson and what a finish by Georgia Timson. Didn't know she had it in her. And, but also what a header by Claire Doherty. Fantastic header. But as you say, Hearts managed to get the job done and they'll be excited moving into the quarterfinals.
Quite a day as well for Thistle boss Brian Graham, straight off the pitch from his own Scottish Cup tie at Ibrox to the dugout at Petershill for that game. And like you say, Partick Thistle, they've had a good season. They've sort of consolidated themselves in that top flight. What have you made of their continued progression over the last few years?
Like I said, I've been a huge fan of Partick Thistle, in particular what they did last year in terms of 24 hours notice. You're now in the 12th league and how they managed to build throughout that season. As you say, they have consolidated, and I think for them is they want to attract more and better players. So at the moment they're sitting 6th. There's only like 2 points between 6th and 8th at the moment, so it's tight. But they've managed to get those points on the board. I think for them the target is to stay there and maybe can they edge a wee bit closer to that, 5th position. But next year, can they attract more and better players into that setup to really push on?
We've seen Hearts, we've seen Celtic both when they now meet in the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup. That's going to be a really interesting one. What do you expect from that meeting?
Well, I was actually doing the commentary in the last time these two met in the league, and it was a 2-1 victory to Celtic at Hearts ground, and it was the first time Hearts had lost there this season. And that was really a game of two halves, because I'd watched Hearts play Rangers and it was a 0-0 draw and they defended superbly. In the first half against Celtic, they didn't defend well at all. Second half, they could have taken the game. So it's a really exciting one, a really intriguing one where it's essentially a cup final, the winner takes all.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting one, that one. Right, let's get to our next feature match, and it is another all SWPL 1 clash between Glasgow City and Aberdeen, and we sent along comedian Susie McCabe to experience the occasion.
Hi, my name is Susie McCabe and I'm here at Petershill Park to cover the Glasgow City against Aberdeen ladies of the Scottish Cup tie. City are flying at the top, Aberdeen are newly promoted, but as we've learned in the past few weeks, anything can happen. James, you look like a Glasgow City fan. Do you come to all the games?
No, this is only my second game.
Right, okay, and do you prefer it to the men's game?
I do. It's more accessible, it's cheaper.
We were actually just discussing
There's more football.
It's more of a women's game. How do you think today's going to go?
I think today is one of those days that it's a cup tie and anything can happen.
Fair play, because to come down to Glasgow on a cold February day, we appreciate you coming down. Thanks very much, Corbin. Who do you want in the next round?
Celtic or Rangers?
Celtic or Rangers?
Celtic.
Celtic?
Rangers, so we can beat them.
Rangers, so we can beat... Dallas? Lucy?
Rangers.
Rangers. Oh, okay, right. Guys, thanks very much. We've been enjoying your drumming and your chants. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So, Joanne, you're here, you've got your orange tammy, your orange and black scarf, dressed like a football fan, supporting your team, but I can't help but notice your shoes, also the same colour as your team. Are these your Glasgow City shoes?
They are the only worn on a Sunday. I have to wear them every game. When we went to Europe, I have to take them away with me on holiday. Yeah, they're worn on a Sunday afternoon only.
That's it. And then they just get put away until the next Sunday.
But they're my lucky shoes, so I have to keep wearing them.
Brilliant. Well, listen, you're doing not too bad with your lucky shoes. Flying high in the league, through the next round of the Cup. Fancy a double?
I mean, yeah, that would be brilliant. Of course, but we're just focusing on every game. Every game is as important as the next, and yeah, just happy with our form at the moment.
Overall, how do you feel about that game?
Yeah, we knew it was tough going into it. We've prepared for this, and I think, credit to the girls in the first half. Really good defensively. We conceded that one, but I think overall, a lot of positives to take from a very good City side today.
How do you think overall the game went today?
at the end of the day, we're a very, very young side. I think our average age today is 18 point something or other, and they're going to learn a lot from playing down here against teams like Glasgow City in particular. But yeah, tough one, and we wish Glasgow City all the best.
Aberdeen are a young team with a lot of potential, and you can see them making inroads in this league. But for now, it's City that's through to the next round of the Cup.
Great stuff from Susie there, and we've got a real buzz around the Scottish Cup this season. We're seeing really good crowds going to the games. We've had some really entertaining matches, and of course, the teams left in the competition now know that they're one game away from a trip to Hampden to play in the semi-finals, and the final being played at the National Stadium as well. It's possibly a little bit different to when you were competing in it.
I mean, possibly. No, absolutely, completely different to when I was competing. I mean, let's talk about the visibility. The visibility of us sitting here talking about the match is the fact that we've got highlights. Seem like simple, easy things, but they're not. And it's just gives an indication of how the sport's grown, how women's sport's grown across not just Scotland, but the UK and the world globally. This is a real movement, and it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay, and it's just great to be part of it.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Glasgow City, for so long the front runners in the women's game in Scotland. How do you feel that they're adapting to the challenges that are now coming into the game and the competition that we've got for the leagues and for the cup competitions this season?
I like how Glasgow City have gone about this. Yes, Rangers won the title and took away that dominant run they had, but they haven't fallen to pieces at all. They've taken their time. They've thought about how they want to rebuild this. They obviously had Gleeson in for a while. She's now back in Ireland with a new job. But in that time, you've had Leanne Ross, who's quietly gone about her business in terms of learning both as assistant national coach at Scotland, but also beside Eilidh. And she's taken over and seems somewhat seamlessly into that interim manager role. And I really like the way that City are playing at this moment in time in terms of a real kind of attacking brand of football. They understand that when they need to be defensive and when they need to play that game. But now there's a lot more freedom going forward, a bit like the City of old. And we have to give a shout out to probably the best name in Scottish women's football at the moment, which is Miracle Porter. Coming on in your debut and scoring a goal is fantastic.
Yeah, wonderful name. And like you say, quietly going about their business, Glasgow City, they will be a real threat in this competition, no doubt. Right, let's round up 5 other games from the 5th round, starting with Championship side Ayr United against Glasgow Women.
Ayr United may have been the lowest ranked remaining side in the competition, but they kept Glasgow women at bay for over an hour. Keely Bahati eventually breaking the deadlock at the far post for the away side. It's been a challenging season for Glasgow women in the league, but captain Siobhan Honeyman's long-range strike saw them safely through into the quarter-finals as they wrapped up a 2-0 win. Eilidh Adams' penalty gave Hibernian the lead against East Fife, and there was an element of fortune about their second goal. Leah Tweedy's shot looping in to the aid of a big deflection. Kirsty Morrison added a third before Michaela McAloney's strong run left Katie Lockwood with the easiest of tasks to complete the scoring. Kilmarnock are making a habit of 1-0 wins in the Scottish Cup. After seeing off Westdyke in the 4th round, Lisa Swanson's run and finish gave them the victory this time around. Montrose are flying high in SWPL2 and they came in full of confidence, but Motherwell rose to the occasion. After 2 first-half goals, Kayla McDonald and goal made it 3-0 in the second half. In a weekend of long-range strikes, Kayla Jardin's 30-yard screamer added some amount of gloss to the scoreline. Ross Vale are having a great season in the Championship, but it was always going to be a big ask against Rangers. Lindsay Arnott slotting home to open the scoring. And check this out, Kirsty McLean's contender for goal of the round then made it 3-0. Arnott would complete her hat-trick, while Tessa Medag's free kick was the pick of the second half goals in a big Rangers win.
Plenty of goals then around the 5th round of the Scottish Cup. We didn't get an upset, but I think when we were looking at the fixtures, we thought there might be an interesting one between Montrose and Motherwell, because Montrose doing really well at the top of SWPL 2, but Motherwell very comfortable in the end.
Yeah, I think when you looked at the fixtures in the 5th round, that was the one which you thought, perhaps there's an opportunity there. But fair play to Motherwell, they were very professional, and they went about their business and got a nice win there at Montrose. And Montrose had been flying high, as you said, at the top of the SWPL too. But what it does show is that golfing class between the two. And if Montrose continue their good form in the league and manage to win promotion up to SWPL 1, this gives them a flavour and a taste of what they should expect. So probably a good learning experience for them in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Motherwell then through to the quarter-finals. The draw took place on Monday, so we can take a look at some of the fixtures we have to look forward to. And we do have a rematch of the Sky Sports Cup final to enjoy. And I think your former team Hibs might be looking for a little bit of revenge in that one.
Yeah, they'll probably be licking their lips at the fact they've got an opportunity to perhaps give a little bit of payback to Rangers. I'm pretty sure they weren't too happy how they showed up in that cup final. It could have been a bit better, so now's their opportunity to maybe right or wrong. And with the way in which Rangers have kind of gone off the boil a little bit in terms of the points they've dropped against Hearts, against Glasgow City and Celtic in the league, Hibs might feel like they have a little opportunity here.
Some really cracking ties then to look forward to. They will all take place on the weekend of Sunday, the 19th of March. Gemma, thank you very much for joining me today, and make sure you keep up to date with all the news and features from this season's competition using the Twitter handle @ScottishCup. Good luck to all the teams involved in the quarter-finals. A place at Hampden is at stake. We'll see you soon.